This is a tornado warning we have currently for Rolla. Right now, you are under that. Newburgh as well. That storm is currently coming through Doolittle. I believe you're right on the border of this tornado warning. So that is again, where we see this red box. Anywhere in that, you need to be indoors right now in the most interior room of your home. If you have a basement, it's always the best thing for these severe storms. We're seeing that again, Rolla. Right now, you are in that tornado warning. We've been talking a lot about severe storms. This is a tornado warning. This is also where we had that very large hail, baseball size. So that could also even be life-threatening here to take seriously. We even have a confirmed tornado warning that is outside of mid-Missouri, even further south along this line of storms in Texas County here. That is where that purple box is even indicating confirmed tornado. A spotter has seen that. I've actually switched over to that Barron button product that Chance was showing you as well. That is going to tell you kind of the different threat that you're going to expect. That purple is hail. That red dot, that's where that is picking up on rotation and that tornado that is possible here with this cell. Even back towards Newburgh here, you're kind of right back on the western edge of this warning box. Take this seriously. That is where this storm still is moving through. Anywhere that you are in this box through Doolittle, Rolla here. Doolittle, you're right on that northern edge, so make sure you're inside. You can kind of zoom down to the street view. Vida, if I'm pronouncing that right here, is a bit further south. That's kind of center of this box that we are seeing where that warning is. That is going to continue here for the next half hour. You need to be alert of this storm. Actually get back to radar. You look at the shape of this, if we've gotten any new radar scans here, as you can definitely see how large this storm is. It looks like that maybe trying to get at least a little bit of rotation. It's kind of a shape of that on radar towards the back here near Newburgh. That's where at least that Barron button product was picking up on it. We'll switch over to velocity, maybe see if we can get a good couplet here, at least a sign where we'd see that. Here is really, I'm thinking we're going to be most concerned about that tornado where that, you see that dark spot in the velocity is where the winds are changing. It's changing speed pretty quickly just in a small area. That's where rotation is possible. That is just south of Rolla. We just got an update radar scan on that. It's really just south of Rolla where that spot on radar has been tracking. And I believe we just got a live, we just got a live look at a MoDOT camera there in Rolla. Certainly the rain coming down. We're already seeing the rain moving in. We're starting to get that in Columbia. We're getting more steady rainfall. It's just been sprinkles for a lot of us this morning. Don't count on dry time lasting much longer as showers are making their way east. Now into central mid-mo. You can see this live looks just a bit dimmer outside. We do have rain coming down. It's 59 degrees out, which is really not too bad, but without any sunshine, it is going to be cooler under the rain and clouds today, where we can definitely see that's favoring western Missouri right now, is pushing east, and that will pass over all of mid-mo by the later morning into the early afternoon. Right now we're watching just a lot of green on radar, not any of those heavier pockets, those yellows, oranges that would show up with any heavier showers. Seeing just some isolated signs of that here, right near I-70, Boonville, kind of seeing some of those deeper greens, just a flash of yellow there that just passed through. That's where the rain picks up just a bit. Something we're missing all day is any storms. No thunder or lightning, just with how cool it is. We don't have a lot of energy out there. It's just going to be rain today. Temperatures in the upper 50s right now. It's going to be where we're stuck at for most of the morning. We won't even really gain many degrees this afternoon, as we do see some dry time thinking past noon, especially the further north you get. We're going to see rain pulling back through the second half of the day. Again, pretty quickly into the afternoon hours. We're not totally dry, so make sure you've got our ABC 17 Storm Track weather app to keep up to date on radar. This is a look at future track through the next few hours. You won't need that app to tell you it's raining here, as it does move through all of mid-Missouri through the late morning here. To 9 to 10 o'clock is really our wettest part of the day. Then as we get just past noon, you can start to see that's pulling back here, getting a bit more scattered, and the rain will really be very light anywhere north of I-70 by the afternoon. It's favoring to the south today. That's just where our system will be tracking through southern Missouri. Better rain chances there. Even into the evening, here by dinner time, they even see some breaks in the clouds, but rain still continues into the overnight. It won't be until tomorrow that we do get better dry time, and sunshine does return for the weekend. definitely hold off on outdoor plans until tomorrow. I'll break down more on the rain today and that weekend forecast in my next full forecast.
The severe storms that produced tornadoes in Rolla and other parts of Missouri were partly influenced by climate change.
ABC 17 Storm Track meteorologist Nate Splater joins us live in North Columbia tonight as he explains how science can see the effects of climate change in tonight's Climate Matters. Nate.
Yeah, it's a cloudy day out here in Columbia as we're seeing more storms possible into this weekend. Climate change is not totally to blame for those storms or the ones that produced tornadoes a few weeks ago, but it does play a role. Climate attribution is a newer scientific method of analyzing weather events to determine the effects of climate change. Today, scientists can determine the potential impacts of climate change before an event occurs. Climate Central analyzed the recent round of severe storms that tracked across the Midwest a day before the outbreak got underway on March 14th. I talked to Shell Winkley, a meteorologist with Climate Central, about their approach to climate attribution.
It used to always be said that no one weather event could be tied to climate change. And that's not true anymore now that we have attribution science. It's not saying that these temperatures or this severe weather was made because of climate change. How much more likely and how much more frequent unusually warm or unusually cool temperatures will be in a world with climate change, in a warming world.
Climate Central analyzes daily temperatures with their Climate Shift Index, which uses a scale from -5 to +5. Negative numbers mean that certain temperatures are becoming less likely with climate change, while positive numbers highlight temperatures that were made more likely with climate change. On March 14th, when severe storms produced a dozen tornadoes in Missouri alone, the unseasonably warm temperatures that day were twice as likely to occur due to climate change.
So when it came to the severe weather event that happened there in Missouri and across portions of the Midwest, we know that the temperatures were well above average, anywhere from 25, 30 degrees above average, right? So those are temperatures that can help develop those thunderstorms. Using attribution science or the Climate Shift Index, we know that temperatures like that on, mid-March temperatures, those temperatures are twice as likely now because of climate change. So at least 2 times more likely to occur because of the heat trapping pollution that we've put into the atmosphere.
Climate attribution science allows us to see the effects of climate change and gives us the opportunity to do something about it.
This helps us understand how humans have influenced the weather and the temperature, and lets us understand that if this isn't a world that we want to continue to live in, or that we don't want to pass on to future generations, then we need to mitigate things and bring down our burning of coal and oil and natural gas, the things that are trapping the heat in our atmosphere.
Now, we are not seeing another historic outbreak here anytime soon, but climate change could make it more possible for those strongest storms more often into the future. Reporting for tonight's ABC 17 Storm Track Climate Matters, I'm meteorologist Nate Splater.